He will assess everything. Your expression, your posture, the speed of your smile. Do not give him anything he can read.
Previously on Fire and Gold. At the River Tar festival, Crown Prince Arjun of the House of Agnipur stood at a poetry circle and recited words that Princess Priya of the House of Suvarna had been writing in private for 2 years. They met at the river's edge. They told each other the truth, and then they rode home to 2 different palaces, 2 different worlds, and 2 fathers who have been building a war between them for 23 years. Nothing had changed, and everything had. This is Fire and Gold. Episode 2, Gold Does Not Bend. Karan had known something happened at the festival before Arjun said a single word. He had watched his brother at the poetry circle. He had watched him at the river path. He had watched the particular stillness of a man who has found something he was not looking for and does not yet know what to do about it. Karan had been watching Arjun his whole life. He knew every tell.
You were at the riverbank for 45 minutes. You told me you were looking at the lamps. She is Suvarna, Arjun. Her house killed our mother.
I know what house she is from. I know what that means. I also know what I heard at that circle.
No.
She wrote the same verse, Karan, word for word.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. But I am not going to pretend it did not happen.
Lord Devraj Rathore of the House of Rathore had arrived 3 days ahead of schedule. This was not an accident. A man like Rathore did not arrive 3 days early by accident. He arrived early to establish himself before the palace had time to prepare its full defenses. Rani Mira had noted the early arrival. She had already adjusted her plan. Priya had noted the early arrival too. She had been adjusting herself her entire life.
He will assess everything. Your expression, your posture, the speed of your smile. Do not give him anything he can read.
Princess Priya, you are exactly as described. Perhaps more so.
Lord Rathore, you honor us with your presence.
Maharaja Vikram had not become the most powerful ruler in the Northern Highlands by missing things. He missed nothing. He had watched his son at dinner and he had seen not proof, not specifics, but the shape of something. A kind of silence that looked familiar. He had worn that same silence himself once, 23 years ago, before the pavilion.
The River Tar festival. Was it useful?
Informative. The Suvarna delegation was larger than expected. 3 new faces in their diplomatic corps.
Your mother believed people could be more than their house. She acted on that belief. She was wrong.
You were perfect. He saw nothing.
He stood at that circle and said everything I had been writing. Every word. If he meant what he said, then so do I.
Rani Mira read the festival report at midnight because midnight was when the palace was quiet and quiet was when she thought most clearly. The report from her contact at the River Thar was detailed. The section about the poetry circle was particularly detailed. She read that section twice. Then she placed it beside the document she had been keeping in her drawer for 6 weeks, the one with Lord Rathor's family history. She looked at both of them together. Plans had a way of becoming more interesting when pieces you had not connected turned out to fit.
How useful. How useful could this be?
Tonight, two things began. In the north, Crown Prince Arjun of Agnipur sat at his writing table and put his pen to paper for the first time in his life, not because he had to, but because there was someone he needed to reach. In the south, Princess Priya of Suvarna did the same. Neither of them knew the other was writing. Neither of them knew that a woman in a midnight study had already placed their names beside each other on her desk, and that she had called it useful. Next week on Fire and Gold, Episode 3, The Letter, a favor is called in. A merchant asks no questions, and a 6-page letter begins a journey that will change everything. Subscribe now, and do not miss what comes next.